Well, good afternoon. Welcome to another episode of the Coach's Corner. We are speaking to Coach Jimmy Stonehouse, the mayor of Nelspruit. Coach, how are you doing? Massive cat fight coming up in Nelspruit this afternoon or this evening. Are you guys ready and how are you guys feeling?
Hi, Ronaldo. Yeah, thank you for having me again, and hello to all the listeners. Yeah, tonight's going to be a big one, fight of the cats. So yeah, we're looking forward to this. Obviously, that's the team type of teams you want to measure yourself against.
Because Jimmy, obviously last year when you guys played the Cheetahs, it was a bit of a different affair. I think you guys lost the game 41-14 in the Currie Cup. What are you guys expecting from the Cheetahs this evening? They've obviously bounced back from Boland's loss 2 weeks ago with a hefty win last weekend. And in the news media conference this week, they were kind of looked like they're quite up for the challenge this weekend. So what are you guys expecting from them?
Yeah, we lost last year. We struggled in the scrums, and especially in the first 5 minutes, we lost Ross Brody, and we didn't have an extra scrum half on the bench. So obviously that was a big issue. But like I said to you 2 weeks ago after the Boland Cheetahs game, they had a lot of injuries and they are busy bouncing back. They got a lot of players back into the system, and yeah, I said they were getting stronger in the SA Cup as soon as every one of them recovered. And yes, if you just look at their pack of forwards, the names they got there playing in the EPCR and in the back, it's a quality side. But we expect a lot of mauling from them, try to target us in the scrum, especially the way we struggled last week against EP Kings or the EP in the scrums. So yeah, obviously, and they picked the 6-2 bench. So obviously they will do a lot of scrum and mauling.
Because Jimmy, I remember when I was still at the Pumas, and I'm proud to wear my jersey today that we won the Currie Cup Premiership, the first division in 2012. We've always had something up against the Cheetahs when it comes to Nelspruit. I think when I was there, we beat them home and away. So is that still kind of a thing in the Pumas? Is it something that becomes something when you go up against these teams?
Yes, you know what? I believe we up there at the moment. It's just the quality of the depth that sometimes differ that we struggle against in this season. But we always have something up our sleeve, the way we prepare with MJ and Corneille. There was always also something, and there will be something special tonight as well. But we believe we can win, and that's the difference between this side. But actually, this is our first real test, and that we will see tonight how we will do against them.
Coach Jimmy, we spoke to Coach Harvey's Fourie yesterday, and the quality of the SA Cup games that's being broadcasted on the channels is not great quality, and some of the games aren't even broadcasted. And we've made a stance on this on some of our posts, and even we spoke to Frank Steyn earlier in the week. How important do you think it is for these games to be broadcasted and people to see this rugby? I mean, it's an unbelievable brand of rugby that's being played against in the SA Cup. High-scoring games, great tries. I mean, you could see it from last week with the Griquas and Falca games. But the disappointing part is obviously your sponsors is not being as prominently displayed because of the quality of the game. So how big of an effect do you think this has on this whole SA Cup and the growth of SA Rugby?
Yeah, it's actually heartbroken to see that the games are not televised. You know, if you pick a competition, SA Rugby picks this competition to make it a qualifier to play in the Currie Cup. So obviously you will think it is something that is supposed to be a big thing in SA Rugby. But if you don't show it on TV, then what is the value of it? But yeah, it's sad. So all the teams now try to stream their own games, but some are without commentary, and the people are anyway struggling to see the live streaming from SA Rugby. So it's a sad thing to see that this is not televised, and especially if you have to qualify for a Currie Cup, but it looks like, it's only the big four that counts in TV matches.
Coach Jimmy, and then on that point, I mean, obviously the Pumas has been an outstanding team for the last decade, I would say. So, I mean, how does this affect you guys when it comes to the broadcasting and you guys getting potential sponsorships and all of those things? We had a press conference this morning with Coach Jake, and I asked him the question, about the talent that's been displayed in the SA Cup. And I think he went to one of the games last week, SVD and Border, which is great to see that the bigger unions are obviously looking at these games. But do you think enough has been done to promote the smaller unions, if you want to call it that, to grow SA Rugby? Because at the end of the day, the smaller called unions are obviously the feeding ground for the bigger unions moving forward.
Yeah, I don't think enough is being done for rugby, especially for smaller unions in any way. I can understand that the Big Four team's name brand is very special and valuable to SA Rugby, because all the Springboks come out of those unions, and the URC, and they bring a lot of money into the system. But I think for future rugby players in South Africa, it's very important for the smaller unions to grow, because a lot of talents. You can take any big union, and then you count the players, where do they come from, and they can go and look. They come from Eastern Cape, SVD, Boland. So I believe if we can make all the unions stronger at the bottom, the rugby will be greater on top. I know there's not a lot of money to support everyone, but I think we can do a better effort in South African rugby to help it grow. We can go to a system where, because now, if you look at under 21 Currie Cup and under 19, how long is those competitions? It's not a long competition, you know. Yeah. So what happens with those players after under 21? From under 21 to Currie Cup. Sorry, there's a boombox going past me. So fine. if you take that, where's those players going to? And I said this yesterday to the guy from Report as well. If you only look at the Carlton Cup, they put in a lot of money into the Carlton Cup at the moment. The clubs pay a lot of salaries for those players. But if you take down a 21 Currie Cup side, let's say from the Bulls, where are they next year? Are they playing in that Currie Cup, or in that Carlton Cup teams? Or are they gone somewhere? Where do they go? Or do the Carlton teams only take players that finish from the Pumas, the Leopards, Griffins? Are those guys now playing in a Carlton Cup? So is it the same players that's circulating the whole time? I think we can do a lot more for junior rugby in South Africa. We can do a lot more for smaller teams in South Africa. You know, people say they want strength against strength. If there's a lot of money putting into the Border and EP, you can get that Currie Cup that can be with all the unions. I can understand that everybody believes, and it's going to get worse, because if they change the budget from big unions and they still buy more players, then all the quality players will sit in the big unions, and if you don't develop at the bottom, then rugby will slowly go backwards in South Africa.
Because Jimmy, obviously, if you look at the amount of players that's currently abroad, our best, let's say 50 or 100 players, do you think that getting all of those players back into South Africa in terms of experience, and guys like Jesse Creel, Andre Pollard's coming back, there's a lot of experienced players overseas, and giving their experience and everything to the teams in Ireland, Japan. I know you obviously coach in Japan as well, but do you think that will have an effect on South African rugby and also the SA Cup? Because automatically, if you bring back 100 of our top players, a lot of the guys that's currently playing in the URC might now move down to the Pumas or the Griquas, or any of those smaller unions, where it then becomes a lot more competitive, and also a lot more kind of higher named players in the local smaller unions and the SA Cup competition.
Yes, obviously that will push players back into smaller unions and different places. But you got to remember, you can also turn it around. Say, let's keep those players abroad. Is there enough talent to make the smaller unions bigger? If I play for Border and I get 10,000 grand a month, I would rather work than get 25 to 50,000 grand a month. So how many players get lost because smaller unions cannot play a good salary? That's also one thing we mustn't forget. But there's a lot of players aboard. If you only look at the guys just in Japan, and I asked myself, Andre Pollard is a quality player. He's coming back. Is there no other 10 in the whole of South Africa? I wonder.
Yeah. Because Jimmy, on another note, I know it's obviously the coach's corner, so we want to speak about the upcoming games, but I think it was important to ask you these questions because it's always things that people don't necessarily know or are aware about. So what are you guys expecting from the Cheetahs this evening? It's going to be a massive game. How important is it for you guys to win this game tonight, to obviously qualify for the Currie Cup? And also, how important is it for the Cheetahs to win tonight? Because if they don't win this game, it might become a very challenging season for them to qualify for the Currie Cup as well.
Yeah, obviously, we understand that part of well. We also got to win this game because if you look at Griquas, Griffins, Boland, if you lose 2 of those games, there's a big chance you maybe won't make it. So it's very important for us to win this game, and it's also important for them because they lost against Boland. So they know this is a very vital one for them, and so do us. And we got a home game, and we got to use that home game. And you know what? Also for Frans and Ruan now, now they coaches and played for a long time. Now your head is on the block. And Harvey's that went away there, they took over the direction of the boat. So it's also a massive opportunity for them to showcase what they can do. And that also puts sometimes pressure on people.
Yeah. Coach Jimmy, just on where can guys buy tickets to come and watch the game? What's the cost? How do guys get into the stadiums just to get some local guys to come and support you guys tonight? Are you expecting a big crowd? I know normally with these big games, it's normally quite busy at Umumbela Stadium.
Yeah, it's a long weekend, so we're looking forward to it. They can buy tickets at CompuTicket at the stadium, Checkers and home. Was it Mr. Price home? They can buy tickets there as well. And we believe there's a lot of tickets sold. It's going to be a massive one tonight. It's going to be great. And we're looking forward to this game. The weather is great. It's lucky, hot. So, we're looking forward to this one. It's going to be a nice one.
And is the game being broadcasted tonight? Where can the people watch it that's not in Nelspruit?
Yeah, it's live streamed from SA Rugby side, but we also posted links on Facebook, on our Pumas Facebook. We do also have a live streaming from our side, but there's no commentary, unfortunately. But the live streaming from SA Rugby will have the commentary, but I don't know how people will see. I believe it's channel 248 or something, but they can see it on live stream.
Coach Jimmy, good luck for tonight. I'm obviously a former Pumas boykie, so I'm definitely going to support you guys tonight, even though I love all of the other unions. But good luck for tonight. It's going to be a massive cat fight again in Nelspruit tonight. So good luck, and we hopefully will chat again next week. And then, good luck for everything.
Now, thanks, Ronaldo, and appreciate it. And again, thanks for what you're trying to do for the small unions and for this great game that we love so much.
Thanks, Coach Jimmy. Good luck for tonight.
Thank you.
Well, guys, as you hear, Coach Jimmy is excited for tonight's game. It's going to be a massive clash. It's always been a tough game against the Cheetahs. So if you are in Nelspruit, please go and support the Pumas, go and support the Cheetahs. We need to grow rugby in South Africa. We need to go and support the smaller unions. A lot of exciting features this weekend again on the SA Cup. Thanks for tuning in today. Please go and follow Octafield and follow all of our channels. We are obviously live on YouTube as well, so please go and follow our YouTube channel as well to get up to date with all of our latest content. It's going to be a good clash tonight, and also some nice games tomorrow. Falke versus the Boland, which is going to be another big game in Kempton Park. And then obviously we have the Bulls facing Leinster, which will also be there tomorrow evening. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys.